Hey, what's going on? So today we're going to be taking a look at this General Electric unit, which I've got a part here. There's the grill for it. This is a fairly nice air conditioner, I think. It's from 2001. It's General Electric. Shot of the label. 6,000 BTU. It's pretty small for 6,000 BTU. Anyway, I've got this thing all apart here. I did clean it out already. It's got a little issue. It makes that pulsating or throbbing noise when the compressor's running. It kind of goes. Compressor kind of makes a little throbbing sound. I think it's okay. It does get cold. Anyway, I think I see what the problem is here. Everything works fine on this other than that. One of the compressor mounts seems to have sunken in. And I believe it's this one. See if I can. There we go. So, yeah, it should be sitting up like here, probably, but it's falling all the way down to the, where it's resting on the actual floor pan. Hard to really see on this side because everything's blocked, but the other ones don't sit like that. You can't really see in there, but the other ones aren't sitting like that. So it's crooked to the right a little bit. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to remedy this. I have another mount here that would possibly will fit. Not sure. I'm not going to know until I take the other one out. I suppose you could try to shim it or something, but really need to replace the mount. I probably should replace all of the mounts. If that one failed, then the other ones probably will fail too. Alright. So we're going to try to fix that. Alright, I think I got all the screws out. The back ones were on really tight from the rust, but I got them out. What I do is I give them a couple of whacks. I whack the screwdriver a couple times with a hammer just to break the bond. Hopefully, I'm going to have to replace the screws. One of them disintegrated. I think I still got a hole there to work with. I should be able to get a screw back in there. I'm going to try to dig up some primer and paint or something. I want to touch up that rust before I put it back together. Not doing a restoration or anything on this, but I would like to put something over that rust at the bottom. May as well while I got it apart. All the other screws came out pretty easy. There's only like four screws holding the rest of this on. One screw down there. So there's no other way to lift the compressor up unless you take everything off the pan. I guess I'm gonna have to try to lift everything out, you know, in one piece. No other way to do it. I think this putty may fall off. I'm sure I could replace that, wouldn't be a problem. So yeah, I think I'm not actually gonna lift the whole thing out with the base. I'm gonna try just lifting it up just enough to get the new mounts in. Lift this side up and then I'll go around the other side. And we'll go from there. I may have to move to a better workspace than what I got here. Alright, we'll come back. Okay, I got the mounts out. This really wasn't too difficult at all, really. I haven't put the new ones in yet. Here's what the old ones look like here. This is the one that was in the back that was sagging. It's all intact, but it smushes quite easily. And the top's all cracked on it. These are the other ones. They're not quite as bad, but anyway, let's see. This is the one I had here. This is going to be too short. It's not as tall as that one. So what I did, I just happen to have a portable air conditioner here that's not very old. Probably 5 years old or less. It has no refrigerant in it. So I just took the mounts off of that. Had to take the compressor out and all of it. Yeah, I think these will work. They're the same size. Not exactly the same, but I think they'll fit. I think they'll work. So I'm going to put those in and see what happens. And I'm just going to put the mounts in. I'm going to put a little paint down there on that rust spot. I can't find a paintbrush anywhere, a small one. I don't even have any brush on paint, so I'm going to have to squirt that rust primer into a cup or something and try to put it on. I'll find something to put it on with. I'll use a Q-tip if I have to. Alright, come back. Alright, got the new mounts in. They fit pretty good. They're not exactly the same as the old ones, but they seem to fit fine. Can't tell what I'm looking at here. There we go. Yeah, so I think that's pretty good. It's all sitting level now. Those are nice and firm. I think it'll work pretty good. So yeah, I think this is going to work. Alright, so here's the other one. Yeah, they're all pretty even now. I think this will work. Alright, so yeah, I just painted the ends of that thing. Yeah, I don't know if this paint's really going to help much. Because you can't really get to the inside part there. So, might not actually be helping anything, I don't know. It'd be kind of difficult to get the shroud off, and there's some rust along the bottom of the shroud too. I really should paint that, but I don't want to get that involved with it today. So that's that. Oh, I just got to screw the bolts on the mount the nuts, the washers and the nuts, and then we'll put it back together, see how it runs. Should run a lot better. Okay, we got her all back together. Haven't turned it on yet, so don't know what it sounds like. I did replace the screws down here for the radiator. Yeah, I don't think that paint's really going to help too much. You know, I really need to paint that over at some point. But you know, I'm not doing like a restoration here. It's just kind of a fix. So let's turn this on. High cool, medium, low cool. Came on. But I gotta say that is much quieter than it was before. I mean, much quieter. Still a little bit of pulsating. Oh man. Oh, now it went away. I don't know what that was. Didn't really see anything else loose in there. Yeah, anyway, it's much better than it was. Yeah, I don't really hear any pulsating now. It was just warming up. Yeah, it's much smoother than it was, much quieter. It had like a steady droning sound before. It still does slightly, there's a slight bit of that, but it's way better. Yeah, this isn't fully cold yet. It takes at least a few minutes to get cold when it's been sitting for a while. It's cold coming out, it's not fully cold. Here's the filter on this. It's got a really big filter. Very large filter. That's medium. There's high. Yeah, it's kind of a motor hum when you have it on high. It's pretty quiet on low and medium. You got low, medium, high fan. Yeah, it is definitely much smoother, quieter than it was before. Because that one compressor mount was pretty much touching the bass pan. So yeah, so I gotta say that worked out pretty good. It's a nice air conditioner. So there you go. That's the General Electric 2001. I'll see you next time.